Welcome everyone, Joel Wright here, and it's actually Star Wars Day, let's remember that, May the 4th. I am actually in Crediton on location at Meeple's Corner headquarters. Today I'm going to bring you a unboxing of a couple of games. First one's going to be Shards of Infinity from those people. Can't see where it's from. Stoneblade. So Shards of Infinity from Stoneblade Games. But why I'm here, who wants to have a look around Meeple's Corner HQ? If you've not seen it before, interested in what it looks like, I'll take you on a quick tour around. It will be very quick. So this is, Meeple's Corner is based in the Creedy Centre. And my kids, everyone knows Old Isaac, don't you? That's my daughter Caitlin, that gets mentioned quite a lot in the videos. Even though she's a YouTube person herself, she's a bit shy. But anyway, apparently. So this is the shop. Walk around here, games on display. There's Christoph. Walking around here. So that's a shop.
This one is the one that interests me more than the other one.
Yes.
I think it's, from what I can see and what I read, it sounds like it.
And that's more the shop at the back.
Where's the other one?
This is kind of
this one
office space.
The first one you could follow along on
tons and tons of games.
Once they played and just watch the one that you just.
It's horrible when they come here because I just want to buy games.
Whereas this one I can see that
the squeezing past. We're setting up actually
I might watch
for game night
October
in the shop, so that's why there's a few tables out, tablecloths on.
Vary far more than they do in the first one.
Right, so let's have a look at what you get inside Shards of Infinity. It's a deck building game. Where is it? Up here. Focus, 2 to 4 players, 10 years upwards, and plays in about 30 minutes. And there's the designers. So, A5 rulebook. Some setup, not bad. There's a rule book. Then we got some, looks like, big player boards, nicely wrapped up with some dials on it. Then we got abilities. Yeah, looks like we got a few abilities going on here. Nice artwork, very comic bookish. That reminds me of Netrunner a bit. Yeah, very nice. So we've got 4 player boards, and then we got 4 packs of cards, all injury wrapped. So that'd be interesting how this plays, if I can get into them. There is a pull tag. If I can get into them. This really sucks. I can't get into them. There you go. So the card quality is very, that's very thin cards. Not at all what I was expecting. Feels almost prototypey, and it looks like they will take a lot of wear. So icons are on there. Description is quite clear. Artwork is lovely, and then we've got some of these which must be currency. But yeah, I'm not sure about the card quality on there. I mean the boards, I'll take one of these out. Boards are lovely and shit. Nice and thick, turns very well, probably a bit too easy, maybe they've been squeezed in. No, but that's not too bad. And then oh, they're the same. It is the same. Kind of getting a sense of Star Realms in it a bit. I'm rushing it a bit because people are waiting to come in and play games. But that'll be interesting to see how that goes. Hopefully going to get a game of it in a minute. So yes, so that's an unboxing of Shards of Infinity. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the video channel. I've been Joel Wright, and we are actually filming at Meeple's Corner HQ. So catch you in the next one. So for the rules, Shards of Infinity is set in a universe all of its own. 100 years ago, the Infinity Engine was shattered, and its reality-bending shards have destroyed most of the world. Now it falls upon you to gather your forces, defend your adversaries, and rebuild the Infinity Engine. Will you survive? Shards of Infinity is solely a deck-building game. The aim is to build a better deck of cards than your opponents and reduce their health to 0 before they do it to you. Like any deck builder, you start with a small deck of cards, in this case 10. You will need to buy new cards from a market row or better cards to add to your deck, and with each turn your starting deck of 10 cards will grow into more cards that become and make it very powerful. You'll also be given a character board that has stats on it. You will start at 50 health and 0 mastery points. You will shuffle your deck of 10 cards and place them face down, then draw in 5 cards off the top of it. This is your hand for your next turn, and when it is your turn, you can play as many as you want and gaining resources shown on the cards played, which lets you buy new cards and deal damage to your opponents. When it is your turn, you can play as many cards as you want, gaining resources like to buy new cards, inflict damage upon your opponents, regain health, or use shields. Your starting deck of cards consists of crystals, which are gems, and the currency to buy new cards. A blaster that has this red symbol, meaning power, damage, you can inflict on your opponents or their champions. Infinity Shard and the Shard Reactor are similar, each giving you either 2 gems or 2 power, but you will notice that they have a mastery symbol threshold. When you reach this level on your mastery and you play that card, you get that value instead. As you acquire new cards, you employ allies or champions to craft your deck as you like. All the cards you bought go into your discard pile and will cycle around for you to play on later turns. Mercenary cards are different. They can be bought the same as other cards, or you can play them straight from the market into your play area and benefit from, but you still have to pay for them, and when your turn is finished they will go to the bottom of the market deck instead of your discard pile. There is also health cards which gains you some health back, and shield cards which help you defend from attacks, and you need to reveal them from your hand to defend against the whole attack or some of it, but taking a difference on your health stat. If you reduce all your opponents down to 0 health, you win the game. This is really to be a first impression review of the game. I only played it once and not got a copy of it as of yet. That's why you see a video of our first playthrough and some photos I took at the time. If it wasn't because the designer of Shards of Infinity was the same guy who made Ascension, the 3rd best deck builder on the market, next to Dominion, Marvel Legendary and Clank, is the same guy who made the 4th best deck builder on the market, I would have been shouting from the heavens that this is a complete rip-off of Star Realms. And it is. There's quite a few similarities between the two. It's competitive, and the aim is to reduce your opponents to 0 health. There are 4 main factions that make up the market deck, each faction bringing its own unique stance to the game. It uses the same 4 resources: money, damage, shields and health regain, and both use similar tropes where a card played can remain out in play until it is destroyed. But what it does do differently is quite nice and refreshing. Holding shield cards in your hand to block incoming damage and fend off attacks from your opponents is nice, because they just don't know you have the cards until they attack and it is wasted. At the same time, these cards that you use to defend with are not discarded until after your turn, so you can keep blocking damage until then. But once players know about your shield cards, they won't even bother trying to attack you unless they try and bombard you with enough power to get through your shields, then causing you damage. Mercenaries add something a little extra to the mix. Being able to add them to your deck like normal or play them straight from the market to your play area is a bonus, especially when you need that certain card to activate another card's ability or vice versa. Recruiting a mech can really help you out, and this is a very clever strategy to employ. That is, if you remember, we did forget for most of the game that we played that this was possible. Another nice touch I liked is the mastery level. Building this up to unlock potential in your cards you have in your deck and gain you more benefits. It is something I have not seen so far in a deck builder and would like to see more of. Reaching level 30 and playing the Infinity Shard allows you unlimited power and technically destroying your opponents in one swift play of a card, last winning the game. But it will take time to reach this level, and from what I have seen, there is not much opportunity to get mastery points and reach the top level of the track. But it would be a feat in itself to do so. The downside I have to say about this game is that when you are playing in a game with more than 2 people, this can lead to someone being picked on and knocked out of the game from an early beginning, becoming a spectator for the rest of the game. This is where Star Realms got it right. It was only a 2-player game, with the option for you to buy another deck of cards and add a 3rd and 4th person to the mix, but this too could lead to potential bullying tactics and someone heading to the kitchen early to make a drink while the others played on. Star Realms did, however, have the opportunity for team matches and 1 versus all, which is a better fit, and Shards of Infinity does not offer this. So unless you make a house rule when you are playing in multiplayer matches, that you decide that you can only attack the person to your left, or you split your power evenly between everyone, I would stick to only playing this in 2-player form. While the game does have a couple of new mechanics that I have not come across in deck builders, the mastery level and the use of the mercenaries from the middle of the table, I don't feel they are innovative enough to make a big show of force on the deck building scene, but what they do add to Shards of Infinity is enough to make it different enough from Star Realms that I could quite easily play Shards of Infinity over Star Realms because of these extra nuances. However, I am left wondering about the replayability of Shards, as due to the never-changing small market deck and the narrow scope to winning without going all-out power to win. I will need to play more of this to find out. The other small complaint I have is the card quality. They feel and look cheap, almost prototype quality, and I know I would have to sleeve the cards straight away. Why can't publishers use decent quality cards in a game where they know they will be shuffled, dealt and fondled repeatedly? It baffles me. That being said, I quite like Shards of Infinity. It doesn't bring a lot to the table and it won't fill you up, but it's like a good appetizer with some extra spice in the sauce that will make you go, well, that was nice, but what's next? I still have Star Realms in my collection, but I think I would now swap it for Shards of Infinity because of the extras in Shards, and the art is better, and the card combos feel good, well enough to make it a good game for two people to sit down and enjoy. A good combo card fest fighting strategy game, and it could actually be a very good filler game for the beginning of the night or the end of the night. But with more than 2 players, the games will run on quite a long time, so be wary of that. But this is an excellent small deck building game that you can get out at any time and just have fun with. If you like the look of this game, you can pop along to Meeple's Corner and pick yourself up a copy. And if you like these videos, please like and subscribe to it. It all helps. Check out more of our reviews and unboxings on this channel, and check out our blogging site where you can find our podcast and other stuff going on. Our podcast is fortnightly or twice a month, and we talk about all things board game related.